awesome ASMR artist and creative one as well, also is not allowing you to go to sleep at the moment. Unless one of us say something in this video that you agree with, something you say yes to or can comply with. In other words, you can only go to sleep if we say you can. Tonight, Pamela ASMR and myself are collaborating in this video to read 100 different ways that you could potentially go to sleep. But like I said, you can only go to sleep if we say so. Isn't that right, Pamela?
That's right, Dido. Hi everyone, I'm Pamela ASMR. I'm super honored and excited to be taking part in this video today. So let us know what round you make it to and when you earn the right to go to sleep.
It is my pleasure and honor to have her be a feature in this video and to help you fall asleep. So like we say, you can only go to sleep if we give you permission. Now, of course, this is all just a bit of fun. If you do fall asleep, do not worry, but if you do enjoy tonight's video, be sure to leave it a big thumbs up. Subscribe as well if you're not already subscribed, and please do check out Pamela's channel as well with the link in the description. We're also doing a video over on her channel, so be sure to go and check it out. Tonight's video will have 10 rounds, each with 10 questions, getting more and more likely. So at the end of the video, it is very likely that you're going to say yes. But we're going to start off with Pamela in round number 1 with some really unlikely things that if you do say yes, I'll probably be very, very surprised. Anyways, without further ado, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will send you over to Pamela for round number 1.
Alright, I'm going to kick us off with round 1 today, so let's get started. Let's see. You can only go to sleep if you are currently watching this while in the shower. If you're currently in the shower, you can go to sleep, although you should probably get in bed first. You can go to sleep if you are currently wearing socks that have pickles on them. If you are wearing pickle socks, then you can go to sleep. You can only go to sleep if you have 6 fingers on one hand. 6 fingers. It can be either hand, but if you have 6 fingers, then you can go to sleep. Let's think. You can only go to sleep if your birthday is today. If your birthday is today, the day you're watching this, then happy birthday, and you can go to sleep. You can only go to sleep if you have ever eaten a celery stick while in the bathtub. If you've eaten a celery stick while you were in the bathtub, then you can go to sleep. You can only go to sleep if you have sneezed exactly 12 times today. If you counted out your sneezes and you sneezed last question for round 1. You can only go to sleep if your first name has exactly 17 letters in it. 17 letters in your first name. Then you can go to sleep.
Alrighty, for round 2, I have some things that I want to see if you can say yes to. You can only go to sleep if you have naturally red eyes. Or what about you can only go to sleep if your birthday is on, you ready? February 29th. If you're born in a leap year on February 29th, you can only go to sleep if you can solve one of these. A Rubik's Cube in, get this, in 45 seconds or less. If you want to pause the video and see if you can, feel free to go for it. You can only go to sleep if you're very specific enough and use the same fork every single day. You can only go to sleep if you've ever met someone with over 10 million followers. If you need to double check, feel free to quickly search it up right now. I'll allow you to do that. You can only go to sleep if your mobile number has 4 sixes in it. If there are 4 of the number 6 in your mobile number, you can go to sleep, and that doesn't include the area code. You're not allowed to include the area code. Being strict here, how about you can only go to sleep if you own a unicycle? Yup. Or you can only go to sleep if your license plate on your car or vehicle has fallen off in the last week. Just simply fallen off. It's okay if you still have it as long as it has fallen off somehow. What about you can only go to sleep if you broke your TV today? It doesn't matter how. If you broke your TV today, then you can go to sleep. I think you deserve it at this point. And here's one of my favorites. You can only go to sleep if you've ever been or ridden in a helicopter. Very unlikely for most of them, but we'll step things up a notch, make them a little bit easier as I send you back to Pamela for round 3.
Moving on to round number 3. You can only go to sleep if you have blue braces right now. If your braces have blue bands, then you can go to sleep. You can only go to sleep if you have ever needed stitches on your leg. Stitches on either of your legs. Let's think. You can only go to sleep if you beat Minecraft today. If you beat Minecraft pairs of shoes. Then you can go to sleep. Could not be me. I think I own about 4 pairs of shoes. Let's see. You can only go to sleep if you have visited more than 20 countries. More than 20 countries of the world. Then you can go to sleep. You can only go to sleep if you are over 6 feet 5 inches. Over 6 feet 5, which is about 195 centimeters. If you're taller than that, then you can go to sleep. You can only go to sleep if you studied the Pythagorean theorem today. If that was on your study list for today, then you can go to sleep. Go to sleep. And let's see. You can only go to sleep if your favorite Pokemon is Bulbasaur. If your favorite Pokemon is Bulbasaur, then you can go to sleep now.
Round 4, you say, okay. Well, how about you can only go to sleep if you were born in the year 1998. 1998, babies, you can go to sleep. How about you can only go to sleep if you own a computer monitor that is made by the brand Asus. If you don't know your brand, you can quickly go and check unless you're too comfortable with that. That is completely okay. You're just gonna accept that you probably can't sleep. You can only go to sleep if you've ever milked a cow. Moo. You can only go to sleep if you own a motorcycle. If you own a motorcycle. What about you can only go to sleep if you've had your appendix removed? I like this next one. How about you can only go to sleep if you can speak 3 or more languages? Now this specifically has to be 3 dialects in which you would say you could comfortably hold a conversation. Like I can say a few French words and Spanish words, but I can't speak those languages, you know. So you must be able to be fluent. What about you can only go to sleep if you've ever caught a fish with a fishing rod? A net doesn't catch you. Have to have successfully have caught it with a fishing rod. Maybe got some of you there. I don't know. What about you can only go to sleep if
sleep if you can roll your tongue. If you can roll your tongue, then you are allowed to go to sleep. You can only sleep if you have watched the TV show Friends. We'll say that you have to have watched the whole series, not just one episode. If you have seen the whole Friends series, then you can go to sleep. You can only sleep if your favorite color is green. If your favorite color is any shade of green, then you can go to sleep. You can only go to sleep if you currently live in Japan. If you live in Japan, then you can go to sleep. You can only sleep if you have ever completed a 5K run. 5 kilometers, or about 3.1 miles. If you've ever done a 5K, then you can go to sleep. Let's see. You can only sleep if you've ever been to a music festival. If you've been to a music festival, then you can go to sleep. Let's see, last question for round 5. You can only go to sleep if you have ever stayed in a hotel by yourself. Stayed overnight in a hotel all alone. Then you can go to sleep now.
So you're still awake, huh? Okay, round 6. I'll see if I can get you here. You can only go to sleep if you can't ride a bike for whatever reason, whether you just don't know how to, or you've injured yourself, or you don't own one. If you can't ride a bike, if I said you go and ride a bike right now, and you can't, then you can go to sleep. What about you can only go to sleep if your favorite flavor of gum is spearmint? Specifically spearmint. What about you can only go to sleep if you're wearing a white t-shirt? A white t-shirt. Still awake, are you? What about you can only go to sleep if you've ever won a raffle? If you've ever won a raffle. I'm gonna take this next one for some inspiration from my name. You can only sleep if your middle name starts with a vowel. Mine does. Can you guess what vowel mine is? Also, if you don't have a middle name, let's say if your first name starts with a vowel, then only if you don't have a middle name though. Okay, everyone with a middle name must start with a vowel if you want to go to sleep right now. What about you can only go to sleep if your favorite takeaway or food to order is KFC. To tell you what, I'll let you go to sleep if you forgot your password to something today. If you had to reset it or you just simply forgot it, then I'll let you go to sleep. But it must have been today that happened. What can you go to sleep for? I know. the point is, if you've lost your wallet or purse before, then you can go to sleep. I think, yeah, you do need some sleep after that. Alrighty, moving on to round number 7.
Moving on to round number 7. Round 7. You can go to sleep if you work in retail. If you work at a retail store, you can go to sleep. You can go to sleep if you are wearing something with pockets. If you're currently wearing something that has pockets, then you can go to sleep. You can go to sleep if your favorite chocolate is Cadbury. If your favorite brand of chocolate is Cadbury, you have pretty good taste and you can go to sleep. You can only go to sleep if you are going to the cinema this week. Say if you've gone to the cinema this week or you plan to this week, then you are allowed to go to sleep now. You can only go to sleep if you woke up later than 9 a.m. today. If you woke up after 9 a.m., I wish I could sleep till 9 a.m. I envy you. But you can go to sleep. Let's think. You can only go to sleep if you don't know your phone number by heart. If you don't know your phone number, I don't know how that happens, but you can go to sleep. You can go to sleep if you do not know your own phone number. You can only go to sleep if you have used headphones today. If you've used headphones, maybe you are using headphones right now to watch this video, or maybe you used them earlier. Either way, you can go to sleep if you have used headphones. You can only go to sleep if you live at house number 10. House number 10. You can go to sleep. You can only go to sleep if you personally know someone that is named Sam. Sam could be a Samantha or a Samuel. If you personally know somebody named Sam, then you may go to sleep. And let's see our last question for round 7. You can only go to sleep if you have ever been to a soccer game or football, depending on where you're at in the world. If you've ever been to a soccer game, then you can go to sleep.
Okay, back to me now. These next 10, I'm sure one of them's gonna get you. This is round number 8, so pretty likely that one of these is gonna get you. You can only sleep if you have a scar somewhere on your body. It can be anywhere, any size, as long as you have a scar. You can go to sleep if, big if, you have taken a screenshot today. You can only go to sleep if you're currently wearing socks or shoes. If you're barefoot, you can't, but if you're wearing socks or shoes or both, then you can go to sleep. You can Because as long as you've had milk today, then you can go to sleep. Sorry about my stomach. It heard milk and it's like you're thirsty. What about you can only go to sleep if today you watched something on any of these streaming devices, or your streaming platforms? Are you ready? Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, HBO Max, Apple TV, and that's it. One of those 5. If you've watched something on one of those streaming platforms today, you can go to sleep. Oh, here's a good one. You can only go to sleep if you follow me on Instagram. If you currently follow me on Instagram, you can go to sleep. My Instagram is Dido_ASMR. And if you're not following me and you want to sleep, quickly follow me, come back, and then you can go to sleep. Alright, I want you to quickly check your phone battery percentage right now, or whatever device you're on. If the battery device is above 50%, then you can go to sleep. If not, you should probably charge it. You can only go to sleep if you've cried today. Honestly, I hope you haven't cried for whatever reason, but you should probably sleep if you have. You can only go to sleep if you forgot to brush your teeth this morning. And you can only go to sleep if you have washed your hands today. Did any of those two get you? I hope they did.
Alright, let's do round number 9. Number 9. This will be my last round today, so hopefully I can allow you to go to sleep with one of these. Let's see. You can only go to sleep if you have ever watched one of my videos. If you've ever watched one of my videos, you can go to sleep. If you haven't, maybe go check one out, I don't know. Then maybe you can go to sleep next time you watch this video. You can only go to sleep if you are wearing at least one item of clothing. So if you are completely naked, you can't go to sleep yet. But if you are wearing at least one item of clothing, then you can go to sleep. You can only go to sleep if you have ordered takeaway this week. Takeout, as I might call it. You can only go to sleep if you have ordered takeaway at some point this week. You can only go to sleep if you are currently lying on your right side. If you're laying down on your right side right now, then you can go to sleep. Go to sleep. You can only go to sleep if you have opened a door
video. It's been a pleasure having you, and we hope that with whatever point we said you can go to sleep, that you did manage to get a nice, relaxing, comfortable sleep. Like I said at the start, if you did enjoy, let me know in the comments at what point you were able to go to sleep. Timestamp it, just say what the thing was, the reason that it was, and yes, be sure to check out Pamela with the link in the description. This has been such a fun video to make, and leave a like if you want to see more of it in the future. Anyways, thanks for watching everybody, and I'll see you in the next video.